So, this is a new game, but one that I've been wanting to showcase for a while now. Hello everyone, and welcome to the left side of reality. This is your host as always, Snow the First, and I'm coming to you with part 1 of Lobotomy Corporation. Now this is actually not my first trip into the world of Project Moon. Off screen, I've actually been playing through Limbus Company for a while now, but I figured that I wanted to see where it all began for the world of Project Moon. And that is why I have decided to look into Lobotomy Corporation. But I don't know anything about this game, so before we get into the story, the best place to start will be the tutorial. Let's take it from the top. I'm going to try and do some voice acting, so if there's any feedback people would like to give on it, please let me know. Hello, Manager. Welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. Starting today, you are responsible for managing the abnormalities we have and ensuring that we meet the daily energy quota. You can move the camera with the WASD keys on your keyboard. You can zoom the screen in and out with the F and G keys on your keyboard. The scroll wheel on the mouse can also be used. Let's try a simple maneuver. When you hover your mouse over an agent, some information about them will be shown in the top right corner. Please try selecting an agent by pressing the primary mouse button. Here we have Noah. Well done. The information displayed in the panel on the right is related to the selected agent. Some of this information is vital, such as their statistics and ego equipment. Please view the section in the Manager's Manual titled The Agents for more details on what this information means. Some stuff I do know from picking it up in other places. Red damage is physical damage. White damage is mental damage. Black damage is both, and pale damage is a fixed percentage. The bar at the top left of the screen displays the amount of energy you need to collect at the end of to end the day. The top right corner lists what mission you are able to attempt today. Our company produces energy when a product called positive interferon is released by an abnormality. An abnormality generates PE boxes while it is being worked on. Please click on the containment unit holding an abnormality with the primary mouse button. This abnormality here is actually unique to the tutorial, which is another reason why I want to show it off. So, good job, little bunny. You get a little you get a little spotlight. Since you have yet to unlock any information about this abnormality, you have no way of knowing how it will respond to the four work types. In order to learn this information, an agent will need to perform a work with it. For now, please select the first work type available, Instinct Work. Instinct Work satiates an abnormality's physiological needs and desires. When an agent conducts instinct work, their fortitude will increase at the end of the day, raising their health points. Now please click on the agent. Each work you can request your agents to perform with an abnormality will have a different result. The success rate for each work type will also vary between abnormalities. If your employee is not mentally ready, the abnormalities may appear more frightening or disturbing to them. As such, they may receive fear damage when encountering abnormalities, which will lower their sanity points. employees of a lower grade will take more fear damage from encounters with abnormalities of higher risk levels. We have here, every abnormality, to my knowledge, releases, has little text here. This one says, they believe they are a training dummy who sincerely believes he's an employee of our facility, which, given his role, does not feel like it's wrong. Abnormalities release Inkafilin when agents work with them, and we collect this into what we call E-boxes. Depending on how the agent performs during the work process, the abnormality will either respond positively or negatively. When it reacts positively, it will release positive Inkafilin, which produces a green PE box. However, if an abnormality reacts negatively, it will release negative Inkafilin instead and damage the agent. Please keep in mind when an agent's HP or SP drops completely, the work process will be forcefully terminated. The agent may also be forcefully terminated. Alright, just gotta wait for this work to finish. An abnormality's mood might change depending on the outcome of the work done with it. This outcome can be predicted based on the amount of PE boxes we obtain during the work process. An abnormality typically has 3 states of response: good, neutral, and bad. Depending on the outcome, it may use a special ability or attempt to escape. When the work process is completed, the PE boxes are collected. In addition to PE boxes that count toward the daily energy quota, each abnormality will also produce a set of PE boxes unique to them. These PE boxes are stored and shown in the abnormality's unique PE box counter. These can be used to unlock more of an abnormality's information or extract ego equipment. After work has been completed with an abnormality, you cannot send another agent to work with it for a short period of time. Until you can work with it again, you can send your agents to work with other abnormalities or let them heal up in the main room. Whenever the department regenerator gauge builds up completely, employees in the main room will be healed. This will restore both their health and sanity. We got a good work result because tutorial. Let's try ordering an agent to work with a new method. First, click on the agent with the primary mouse button. I choose you. Now we use the secondary mouse button to click on the containment unit. Please aware you can accidentally deselect the agent during this process. We still don't know much about this abnormality, so please order the agent to perform insight work on it. Insight work is a work to improve living conditions, ensuring containment units are in optimal condition. When an agent performs insight work, their prudence will increase at the end of the day, raising their sanity points. Agents also have little text at the top, although you will likely only see it if you zoom in on them when it happens. So something to keep an eye out if you want fun little text. You seem to have collected a sufficient number of this abnormality's PE boxes. It's time to learn about observation. Please press the nameplate displayed at the top of the containment unit. At the moment, it displays the subject number instead of the name. After unlocking the abnormality's basic information, the name will be displayed instead. And the name of our friend here is Standard Training Dummy Robot. Once again, it only appears in this tutorial. Details and tips concerning the management of the abnormality are displayed here. If there is something the abnormality dislikes, it can result in a decrease of its Qi-Thought counter and cause problems with the rest of our energy production. Please be sure to unlock and read the abnormality encyclopedias thoroughly. Now try to unlock this information. How the abnormality reacts to the different work types is displayed here. The greater the preference for a certain work type, the more successful the work process will be. The number on the left indicates the virtue level an agent needs to perform that level of work. Please unlock all this information now. This is tutorial, Bunny, so everything is good, basically, except repression. Continuing on, this area shows the maximum Clyfoth counter of the abnormality. It will also inform you on whether an abnormality is capable of escaping, as well as its damage resistances when it does. Knowing what an abnormality is weak to will be crucial in handling any escape situations. Try to unlock this information now. You have now maximized the observation level of this abnormality. When you fully unlock a section of the encyclopedia, the observation level of the abnormality will increase. This will provide additional benefits when working with the abnormality, such as increased work speed or success rate. Once the observation level reaches a certain point, the extraction and production of ego equipment from the abnormality will become available at the cost of its unique PE boxes. Ego weapons are powerful tools that can help with the suppression of abnormalities. Please extract one now. Ego suits offer increased resistance to certain types of damage. Inversely, some forms of damage may cause greater wounds depending on what ego suit is in use. Please extract one now. This one, by the way, is weak to black damage. Not that we'll ever see it in this tutorial. And the bunny hammer is white damage, so sanity damage. Well done, Manager. Here you can view what ego gift the abnormality may present to an agent. If this information is unlocked, each time an agent finishes the work process with the abnormality, they will have the possibility of receiving ego gift displayed here. Please note that the chances of this occurring tend to be rather slim. Lastly, let's take a look at the abnormality's observation records. Please click on the text Abnormality Story. In this section of the encyclopedia, you can read through the observation records of the abnormality. New lines will be added as your observation level increases. Now then, it seems we've reviewed everything. Please exit the window by clicking on Close. But first, let's go over this. An abnormality in the shape of a training dummy used to train up-and-coming managers. Rumor has it this abnormality was chosen to be used for training, as it is the most docile and tame of any we have extracted. It's called a training dummy rabbit, but it doesn't seem to enjoy carrots. It likes people. If it escapes, it is merely following the employee as if they leave its containment unit. Now that you have unlocked the basic information, some of it is displayed on the top of the containment unit. Furthermore, as we have unlocked the list of its favorite works, we know that the abnormality prefers attachment work. Let's try ordering an agent to perform attachment work with it. Please click on the abnormality's containment unit. Additional parts of the basic information are displayed in this window as well, which can be useful to a new manager. Why don't you try ordering an agent to perform attachment work? Which is attached that? Seeing as you have learned the preferences for attachment work, the success rate the agent will have and the amount of time needed to perform are displayed. You can also see the various details of the agent by mousing over them. This will allow you to make mindful decisions with giving out orders. There is one last thing I should worry about. Each time an agent enters a containment unit to work with an abnormality, the Clyfoth meltdown gauge will fill by one tick. When the gauge fills completely, a Clyfoth meltdown will occur throughout the facility. The number on the right part of the gauge indicates the number of containment units that will be affected. Affected containment units will receive a meltdown alarm and will have an alert around them. When a Clyfoth meltdown occurs, the containment unit will have a timer displayed alongside the alarm on top. This timer will slowly drop until it reaches 0. However, if the abnormality was already being worked with at the moment of the... Okay, just skip it. So basically, we need to immediately address these as soon as possible, because if we don't, bad things are going to happen. And the more meltdowns happen, the more areas will be affected. Ordeals will also happen, but ordeals are for later. I believe we have covered almost everything you need to know to begin managing abnormalities. If you have any desire to read more about it, which I would highly recommend, please look it up in the manual. The manual will be consulted at any time during management by pressing the F1 key. We're done. After completing the workday, any agent who has performed work will have their status values increased according to the work type they performed. After these values pass a certain point, their corresponding virtue level will increase. The agent's level can also increase their virtues if their virtues are high enough. Those who achieve this will be promoted and are shown in the list below. You will also receive Lob as a reward for your hard work in accordance with your management ranking. You can ensure a high rank by keeping more of your agents alive by the end of the day. The higher your ranking, the more Lob you will receive. However, if there's any abnormality loose when you choose to complete the workday, you will lose some of the Lob you would have otherwise earned. You can view which missions you have managed to successfully complete throughout the day here. Anytime you clear a mission, you will be able to conduct research in the department it came from at the start of the next day. Once management has been finished, you can elect to advance to the next day or retry the current day. Dead agents and lost ego equipment will be recovered if you decide to retry. However, you will also lose any abnormality observations, PE boxes, extracted ego equipment, and promotions earned if you begin the day anew. Alright. Time for the next tutorial. When a mission is successfully completed, you will be able to conduct a research project. The proposals for a department's various research projects are displayed at the start of each day during deployment. To select a research project, please click and drag it to the open slot at the lower right, then click Proceed to confirm your choice. This one is basically just for the tutorial we're gonna do anyways. Hello? Do you recall how you were rewarded Lob for your skill during management? You can see the total amount of Lob you've garnered here. For this part of my instruction, I'll show you how to spend some of your Lob to hire new agents and how to deploy them. Let's begin by hiring some new agents. Try pressing the Hire button. Here you can view the information and the appearance of your soon-to-be new hire. You can adjust your virtues by clicking on the arrows next to each one. If, for example, you wish to hire an agent with more HP, you could increase their fortitude, like so. As you increase the virtue levels of an agent before hiring them, the amount of Lob required will increase as well. The higher the values, the more Lob they will cost. You may need to consider thoroughly how much Lob you are willing to spend on just one agent, and how much you will have afterwards before finalizing your decision. Once you've finished adjusting your new agent to how you want them to be, you can then press Hire again to finalize the procedure. The agent you were customizing has just been hired. How about we take a look at their information again? Please click on the agent. Just like we viewed their information during management, the information about your agents will be displayed here just the same. If you think your agent could utilize some strengthening in one of their virtues, you can do so by fortifying them. Please click on the Strengthen Employee button. Exactly as we adjusted the virtues during training, you can adjust them here by pressing the arrows next to each one. Please remember, as stated prior, it will cost additional Lob to do so. Try augmenting Prudence. It seems your new employee is ready to be deployed. Let's do so by clicking and dragging the agent with the primary mouse button over to the control field. Well done. Now to give them some equipment. If you recall, we extracted some ego equipment from the abnormality yesterday. We can give that to our employees. To view it, please press the ego list button. Currently displayed is a list of available ego weapons and their informations. Now click on one of your agents and read the list to the right to select them. Now assign an ego weapon to your selected agent by clicking one of the empty slots. Continuing on, let's take a look at the list of available ego suits. Please click on the ego suit tab. Just as before, you can assign an ego suit to one of your agents by clicking on an empty slot. Please take a moment to test equipping other agents with both ego weapons and ego suits. So basically, we can just repeat this whole thing as many times as we need. They gave us enough suits to do it. Enough equipment to do it. Excellent work. We should head back to the deployment screen. Please exit the screen. It appears there is a mission awaiting you today. It is not necessary to clear every mission you have immediately, but it is recommended to handle them soon so that you will be able to conduct research the following day. One last thing. If you have any further questions involving the management process or deployment, you can always review the manual by clicking this button on the top. The manual can also be opened at any time by pressing the F1 key. Now, I will briefly explain to you how to deal with emergency situations that may arise while you are managing the abnormalities. When you are ready, please begin the next day of management. Last tutorial. Allow me to explain how a manager should deal with emergency situations. The number displayed here is the Clyfoth counter. It will decrease if you happen to violate the managerial guidelines shown in the Abnormalities Encyclopedia or fail to avert a Clyfoth counter in time. So now you must be wondering what happens when the Clyfoth counter drops to 0. No? Shall we find out? Please select the containment unit and order an agent to perform repression work. Which, if we remember from earlier, is the one thing the rabbit doesn't like, specifically for this tutorial. McKenna, you are the unlucky one. Go show failure to the rest of the nice people. Okay, countdown to failure in 3, 2, 1. And this is the character that the tutorial will not bother to introduce right now, but we will be meeting soon enough. For now, she is saying that bad things are happening, so let's stop it. When an abnormality's Clyfoth counter reaches 0, they will either escape or use a special ability. Such things can lead to rather inconvenient situations. This particular abnormality happens to escape. Our agents cannot work with it while it is escaping, so we need to suppress it. Please click on the escape abnormality. Abnormalities can inflict 4 different damage types. Red, which decreases health, white, which decreases sanity, black, which decreases both HP and SP, and pale, which decreases health by a percentage based on the target's maximum HP. Agents equipped with Ego can also utilize one of these 4 damage types. Furthermore, abnormalities have a set of defenses for these damage types. Some forms of attack may be weak, while others could be fatal. You can suppress an abnormality more effectively when your agents attack using the damage type an abnormality is weak to. This abnormality deals red damage and it's weak to white damage. How convenient that our agents are all equipped with eagle suits which resist red and eagle weapons that deal white damage. It's almost like I planned anyway. One other thing. If an agent is using an eagle weapon whose grade is higher than the abnormality's risk level, they will deal more damage to the abnormality and take less damage as well. In our current situation, the eagle's grade and the abnormality's risk level are the same, so this does not apply. When the suppression UI is on display, you can take note of what eagle each agent has been equipped with before sending them into combat. Hovering your mouse over an agent will allow you to check up on their defenses. Now, please click on an agent to begin suppressing or escape abnormality. Fix your mess, Mega. There's red text for this situation, but I can't read it because of the arrow. Coming face to face with an abnormality, especially so when it is loose, can be quite shocking and frightening to your employees. Just like when an agent enters a containment unit, they may receive fear damage. If the risk level of the abnormality is high when the agent's level is low, it will cause heavier strain on their mind and lower a larger portion of their SP. Okay, the text says, don't lose your head and stick to the manual. I mean, that's as good an idea as any. Now, time to beat on a rabbit. It appears that this abnormality is a bit too strong for just one agent to suppress. This is a good time to remind you that if an agent dies, the ego they were assigned will be lost as well. Now let's order the rest of the employees to help suppress this abnormality. Please select the other two agents by clicking on dragging them with the primary mouse button. Next, click on the abnormality with the secondary mouse button to immediately order them to suppress it. Please be aware you can accidentally deselect the agent during the process. It is much safer, easier as well, to give your orders when you pause. You can pause the flow of time by pressing the icon at the lower left or by pressing down on the spacebar of your keyboard. And this is where I'm going to speak to my Limbus Company knowledge. This isn't just a gameplay mechanic that Angela is talking about. Slowing down and stopping time is legitimately just a thing we can do in this game. And if anyone knows Limbus Company, they will know it is because Lobotomy Corporation has rented technology from T4 for the Time Nest. Now, let's beat on the bunny with even more hammers. And ignore the panic screaming. This is one of those games where the noises get louder the more you scroll in, and softer the more you scroll out. You've done well handling the situation. Let's move our employees back to the main room of their department. Please select them all by clicking and dragging with the primary mouse button. With them selected, use the secondary mouse button to click on the main room. It's important to note that you can also use what you've learned here to have them wait on standby in other locations, such as hallways or other departments. And now an agent is panicking. There's also unique text for this, too, although I can't quite see it right now. When an employee's sanity falls to 0, they will panic. A panicked employee will show different behaviors depending on their highest virtue. If you wish to learn more about this, please refer to the section Employee Panic in the Manager's Manual. Now please click on the currently panicking employee with the primary mouse button. Another thing that Limbus Company borrows is that Enemies with sanity will have unique panic types depending on what happens if you lower their sanity. In particular, in Canto 4, when people use ego suits based off of Lobotomy Corporation abnormalities, they use the same panic types as seen in they use the same panic types as seen here in Lobotomy Corporation. It's very neat. Agents can be recovered from their panic when their SP is restored completely to 100%. SP can be restored with white or black damage weapons. Conveniently, all our current agents are equipped with ego that deal white damage. Please select all available agents and order them to suppress the panicked employees. Or to put it another way, we are going to beat the panicking employee with bunny hammers. But it's fine because it only deals white damage. The risk about using black damage is that it also deals HP damage and you can accidentally kill your own agent that way. That was excellent. Truly well done. If you ever happen to fall into a situation where you wish to redo, such as turning back time to avoid the death of an agent, you can do so by pressing escape and clicking rewind to the memory repository button, or by clicking retry. When you choose memory repository, you will go back to the most recent imprinted day. Retry, on the other hand, will restart back to the current day's deployment. In other words, there is no shame if a day goes badly and you want to redo it. The game actively encourages it. Lastly, let's call all our agents back to the main room of the department. You can of course do so by selecting them all and manually moving them with the secondary mouse button. However, there is an even easier manner. Next to the regenerated guards of each department is a recall button. You can use this button to summon all your agents back to their respective home department manually. Please try doing so. I do want to bring up one last thing. Over here to our left here, we see a guy called Zeta O. He is what's known as a clerk. And clerks are basically the meatbag fodders of Lobotomy Corporation. They will basically die in droves, and there's not much you can do about it, unlike with regular agents. You want to prevent the death of an agent, you get more ambivalent to the death of a clerk, unless an abnormality is related to it. This concludes our basic manager training and education. If any questions or concerns happen to cross your mind while you're on the job, you can always refer to the manual by pressing F1 or by opening it from the escape menu. Lastly, there will be tooltips that appear if you mouse over various interfaces or waiting room. I wish you good luck and lasting health at Lobotomy Corporation. That was only half an hour, so I think we can do day one. But one last thing I want to say about this stream series, and it is my goal. To talk about the goal, we need to go here. My goal is to do all 50 days, reach 100% on the Seed of Light, and basically do the true ending. The trick about that, though, is that it also requires... Hang on. It also requires this to be at 100%. So I needed to deal with almost all abnormalities. I think certain abnormalities don't count for this number, but most of them do. So I need to grab them where I can and work on them. But no more stalling. Let's do the first day. And here we have a single mystery abnormality. It feeds on... Did it go back to the opening screen? Gosh darn it. I'm new at this, in case you couldn't tell. Hang on, let me bring that back. Ignore that, ignore that. Hello, X. I give you a warm welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I am Angela, your advisor and secretary. My role as an AI is to assist you in adjusting to your new workplace, so please have no worry in speaking with me or asking any questions. Even an AI can have a nice name. Did you know that? I was born from one of the wings of the world. It signifies that I am one of the best to exist in this age. Ah, I know what you must be thinking. Your eyes show that you think I look too human to be an AI. Am I wrong? Yeah, you do look no different than any other woman. However, there is a great difference between us. I am bound here. I cannot go wherever I please like you do. I may be able to operate the systems of this corporation to open a door or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I cannot take a step outside of this building to bask in the sunlight or feel the gentle breeze. Now, in regards to my appearance, as you can see, the color of my hair is that of the morning sky after a light shower. The tone and shape of my voice is taken from the wisest person in the world. Lastly, my face is picturesque of the person who had the most beautiful smile. Haha, don't worry, that was a joke. There can be no such person on this earth. I don't know. Do you people in the crowd find Angela attractive? Let me know. She looks pretty enough, I think. My appearance was designed with attractiveness to the largest number of people possible in mind. If the way I look is pleasing to your eye, then I am working as it intended. Moving on. Artificial intelligence is much more efficient in comparison to humans in terms of multitasking. I am the best in a majority of work fields. I am able to handle the work of several dozen people at once. I am certain many people have lost their jobs because of me. It's such a shame. Geez, topical. Well, enough with introductions. Is there anything you would like to know? That is not a bad thing to ask about. Let me put it this way. Your world is constantly growing, and the demand for energy is exponentially increasing as technologies advance. All conventional energy sources combined could not sustain the world further. In search of a solution, we happened to stumble upon mysterious beings whom we dub abnormalities. Then, we figured out that energy could be harvested from these abnormalities via a special method. To isolate them in a controlled environment, and then to harvest energy from them. Our corporation became one of the wings of the world for this discovery that benefits humanity in two ways. Once you are fully placed into the role as the manager, you will be able to access all current information on the abnormalities from the encyclopedia. It is very important that you know and understand these beings well to be successful in your position. For now, the encyclopedia's pages lay blank, but it will be filled out little by little. Don't concern yourself too much with it. It is the task of your subordinates to pen it. You have joined the company at an opportune moment, by the way. They have unique art with this, including a mystery portrait here. Lobotomy Corporation is always looking for ways to improve its harvesting processes. Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there was a new update to the system right before you arrived. That means the working conditions have been improved upon compared to those of your predecessors. Think of it as a small welcoming gift. Best of luck for us. I was just about to mention you. You don't understand the concept of patience, do you? Oh, pardon my manners, manager. I was talking to one of the other AIs that work here. I should introduce her to you. Our facility is a huge one, and even I would have trouble managing it on my own. So someone determined that there should be an AI who will assume head control of each department. If I were to be considered the cerebrum, they would be the cerebellum. Naturally, of course, I should be your most trustworthy and capable companion among all the AIs. Well then, shall we greet her now? Oh god. My throat is already feeling scratchy as it is. Doing a voice for this may kill me. Manager! I arrived just on time, right? The time is only about a minute late. Well, I guess it still counts as on time. Congratulations on joining Lobotomy Corporation, Manager. I do not want to disturb this touching moment. That is Angela. I do not want to disturb this touching moment, Malcuth, but every second counts in Lobotomy Corporation. Please make your introduction as brief as possible and go prepare for the meeting. Seems Miss Angela isn't in a good mood today. Oh, that's coming out scratchy more than anything because my throat does not like this. But hey, at least the other Sephiroth are looking forward to meeting you. Well, maybe. Not all of them. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Malcuth. I'm in charge of the control team. Since we're the control team, we have a great deal of responsibility. I'll try my best to help you by improving the basic functions of this facility, Manager. I'm sure you're a bit nervous right now. It takes a bit of time to get used to things around here. I know from experience. But don't worry, I'll be sure to help you. I am, not exactly the best at everything. I used to be a problem Sephiroth, you know? I would sew buttons onto a shirt in the wrong direction, or add salt instead of sugar to food. But still, you can do it. Just like I managed to, I'm sure you will succeed, Manager. I'll give you an easy task since it's your first day here. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, and now this. I might skip this because I cannot shout too loud. I am in a house with other people. Suffice to say, Malcuth's words are being immediately contradicted. Why do you want to quit? Don't you like working here in the control department? Every day here is a delight for me. Do you really think you can't handle it? Also, the first time that Malcuth is no longer smiling. Manager, even though you're the head of this facility, that employee belongs to my department, so I believe I can take care of this. Let me handle this, please. Thanks for acknowledging my position. Please don't be alarmed. These kind of things happen quite often. That's nowhere near as reassuring as you seem to think it is. Oh, right. It must be the first time you've seen something like this. Usually Miss Angela or I handle this kind of stuff. It's just a tiny hiccup. Nothing for you to worry about. Okay, missions. These have to be completed for 100%. As Angela said in the tutorial, they don't have to be completed immediately, but if you want the true ending, you have to get around to them eventually. This one is complete 3 work processes with abnormalities. Simple enough. Hello, manager. Each day you will need to expand 1 department. Are you ready to open the control department and begin managing abnormalities? Alright, we have 2 law points, so we can hire 2 people to hypothetically fill these 2 spots. Our very first employee is Miss Sona. So we'll place her here. And then let's grab a second person. We got Jose. His thing is honest newbie. And we'll save the last law point, because I don't think we need anything too fancy for this first day. So here we have a floating skull. We have no idea what anything of anything is with this guy, so we'll send Misona to do instinct work. Misona, do you have anything to say for us? No, not yet. As is being stated in the chat right now, this will always be your first abnormality, no matter what. Basically, to ease people in to quote-unquote real work that is outside the tutorial. We got neutral out of that. We need 8 for basic information, so let's try insight work again and use Jose. Oh my god, Jose, you're doing worse than Misona. Shape up. But we at least have enough of these to learn the guy's name. And it is One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds. All abnormalities have this little face portrait, and this one looks very, very good. By the way, to increase the Jesus Christ parallels, the ego gift you get for it is a crown of thorns. Because of course. Okay, Misona, try attachment this time. 5% is the highest drop rate of the game? Jesus. Oh, this seems to be our best work yet. Go, Misona. That was a perfect run. Oh my goodness. We can finish the workday right now, too. But first, let's increase our... Let's grab as much of this as possible. So insight and attachment are the two highest, it looks like. But just to fill it out, let's do repression with Jose. Or no. Let's do insight with Jose. See if he can redeem himself. I kind of want to sit on this and farm just a little longer. Just to fill out some more stuff. Okay, the timer's not going until the timer's not gonna go until after Jose finishes here. And also, Jose is not doing much better than last time. Come on, Jose. Try to get a good work result. Good job, Jose. Okay, and now we sent Misona back for attachment work. Basically calm down our skull fret here. Let's 9 boxes, 9 boxes, 9 boxes. Come on, 9, 8. Well, that's still good. Okay, let's go back to our little screen here. Repression is not good. Escape information. 15 PE boxes to grab. Okay, we need a ton more PE boxes if we want to start grabbing suits. But for now, a silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross, it wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving abnormalities. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. The assigned employee must kneel before it, standing appears to be acceptable, and present their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds is unknown. We have cataloged the sins a person can commit into 3 levels. Level 1 is a small lie or action that goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. Level 2 are sins that are more serious and can only be shared with the closest friends. Level 3 are sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone. These will be taken to the grave. Employee, a level 1 sin increases energy production by 12%. A level 2 increases it by 15. A level 3 causes a facility-wide power outage for 2 hours, with the employee losing 6 years of memories. Jesus. No more confessing major sins. Okay, so the short version of this is that the employee that confessed to level 3 sin got together some friends and they dressed as forest animals, with one of them choosing to be a deer. The deer friend got shot and they all ran away. These logs are very interesting if you want to peruse them, but for now, we're done here. How does the autosave work on this game? I need a reminder on this. But first, what have we got? The curse continues eternally never broken. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? Oh. Hello? Care to share with the class? Which do you recommend then? Because both of those sound tempting for different reasons. Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one whom we refer to as A. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Face fear. We are the first humans of this world to discover abnormalities. Of course, with the exclusion of myself, as I do not exactly belong to humanity. How should I put it? We are pioneering an entirely new world in a brand new field of study. The discoveries we have made thus far are merely the tip of the iceberg. Abnormalities have been among us since the beginning. However, we have only just found their essence, their strange nature. We confronted them for the first time, and we faced fear itself. They were fundamentally an incarnation of fear. There was a bit of confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually, I am in charge of the security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close enough attention to the Sephra meeting. I heard that a control team employee has resigned from the corporation. Good job. You do know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I consider natural and obvious may come as quite a shock to you. Hang on a second, I need to mute my thing. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role, and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now, imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because they didn't like their role. The actors should have played their predetermined part at the predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actor are finished. Now, as it so happens, I've been an actor before, and I'm pretty sure leaving a production early is not grounds for the death penalty. That is what we mean when we say someone resigns. Great job, manager. You did exactly what I asked of you. I knew you could do it. You'll never guess how much I rooted for you back there. As for me, the day went alright. We covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than the abnormalities? I shudder to think what that would be. Those entities that wander the facility, unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors. The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them, so we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes, when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything. Some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous, like something within me is palpitating out of control, and it feels like I'm no longer myself. How could I describe it? Like something's wriggling inside of me, little by little. Well, that was not ominous at all. Our new goal is to complete 4 work processes, with a good result. Game speed acceleration, order agents. This one, since the other 2 I don't feel like we're going to use for a bit. Let's hire 2 people. Today we get Quinn. And then, for second, Pansy. So we have Plucky Newbie, Cheery Newbie. I don't feel like there's anything else that's relevant, so... So, it is actually going to be time to end the stream, but before I do... So that's who this is. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and put up the ending screen here. So, I'm going to try to complete as many days as possible within an hour. If need be, I might push past an hour to even 2 hours, depending on the situation. But I hope everyone is willing to stay with me for this journey for as long as is needed. Until next time, I will see you all back here at the left side of reality.